I say I love this wig. I love this wig. Wiggins never disappoints. Hey y'all, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Akivia and today we're back again with a wig from Wiggins. So let's see what we got, y'all. Now y'all, Wiggins literally has the best wigs. I'm talking the best, hands down, okay? So today we're working with a loose deep wave 24-inch HD lace. Okay, you see it. So let's go ahead and just take this out the bag, and it's giving very demure, very cutesy, very plucked, very bleached, very natural, you don't got to worry about doing no type of customization. You can literally just go ahead and put it on the exact way that it came, okay, period, because that's what they do. Now, y'all, this wig was like, I love the loose deep wave curl pattern. As you can see, like I said, it is bleach. It is a full 13x4 frontal, so you have a lot of parting space. It was very soft, very full, has an adjustable band, and you have the adjustable straps that are attached to the wig, so you can make it as loose or as tight as you'd like. It comes with the bonnet, it comes with the lace melt band, it comes with the little scrunchie. It also comes with your HD wig cap and an edge brush, and then of course the bag to store your wig in later. So I am going to be using the shade 14 in Ruby Kisses, the cream foundation. I'm going to use the darker side on this, okay, because y'all know it's getting cold, so the skin is just doing all type of different changes, so I'm kind of fluctuating back and forth between the foundations that I've been using. So anyway, you're going to take that and just put it all into your lace. Now this is very thin lace, HD lace, so you don't need much makeup, okay? For me, I don't anyway, so that's why I just make sure I put a good enough amount on the back side. You can put some on the front, but it's all up to you, whatever you think you need. So now we're going to go ahead and put this wig on. I did make my adjustable straps on the wig as tight as they were able to possibly be, because I do have a small head and I like for my wigs to fit very snug. I don't like for it to be loose. So yeah, and it just makes the installing the wig a whole lot easier when the wig has a snug fit. So if you don't go ahead and adjust those straps before you put on the wig, that is what causes ripples in your lace. So you want to make sure you have that snug fit to your head before you even get to putting any type of glue on and gluing that lace down, because it might look a little crazy. So that is what I'm doing here, just doing frontal placement, making sure everything is snug, making sure my hairline is in place. Then I'm going to take a little alcohol, clean all that makeup off. I'm using my super laid adhesive to do my layers today, and I'm going to do 4 layers like I always do, and I always do one side at a time, okay? Because like I always say, I'll do one side, and then when I get ready to do the other side, the side that I did first would be drying. So by the time I get ready to come back, it'll be dry. So it just makes the process a lot easier, and I've said this so many times, but never know who's new here, so always gonna drop the gems every time, okay? So as you can see, I've now moved on to the other side, and I'm gonna go ahead and do this side. This is still the same layer. Like I said, I'm just doing one side at a time, and you're gonna repeat those steps 4 times, okay? Make sure it's completely clear in between each layer. Then once you've done your last layer and everything is dry, now you can proceed to go ahead and put that lace into the glue, and you want to make sure that you are actually placing it where the glue is, okay? You don't want to make sure you place it where glue is still outside of the lace, because if you do, it could just look really crazy. It'll look very messy. It'll be very tacky. So when doing this step, please make sure that you have extremely good light. You can see exactly where you'll be placing the lace, okay? So all you got to do is just take your comb and just comb it in there really good, and all the way into that lace. Now once you've put the lace into the glue really good, now we can just go ahead and cut off our ear tabs, because we don't need that. Now sometimes this can either be done, oops, my earring fell. Sometimes this can be done before or after you do your first melt with the band, which is like before you actually cut the lace off the entire frontal. But this time I decided to go ahead and cut my ear tabs off first because I just thought it would make it a lot easier. And yeah, so you want to make sure your ear is out, is comfortable. It won't be, feeling crazy or looking crazy. And you're just going to do that on both sides. Now I'm going to cut in the middle because today I'm using my razor to cut off the lace. And I'm just going to do one side at a time. Now, I know before you've seen me do it in 2 slits and I do it in 3 sections. And you can do it that way. This is just a different method to do. So I can't really tell you which one's better or not because, yeah, I don't know. But I just decided to do one side at a time. As you can see, some pieces of the lace did not get glued down, which is what you should always aim for. If the lace goes into the glue, perfectly great. But if you have some lace that didn't get glued down, that is not a bad thing. That does not cause for you to be alarmed or in distress or anything. That means, hey, you did not place your lace too far outside of the glue. So now all you need to do is just go in and put some more glue down so you can put your lace down. That's it. It just makes it be even more neat because you know exactly where to place your glue now. So there's nothing wrong with that. And you can do this the exact amount of times that you did your layers, like 3 or 4 times, however many times you choose to do your layers, okay? So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just going in and filling in those areas that did not get glued down. And once I get done filling in all of those areas, I just simply take my comb and then I just comb all of those areas in. So now you can see that it's looking a lot better than it was before while the pieces weren't glued down. Now it looks a lot more seamless because that lace is into the glue, okay? So once we get that done, now we're going to part out the side baby hair, which I like to do before I do my first melt because it just makes my melt more secure. And yeah, you can actually use this section of hair for your actual side baby hair. So I like to go ahead and part mine out as my actual side baby hair. And then I just plait that down because obviously I'm doing my own hair and I can't hold it down and then try to melt my lace at the same time because, yeah, I'm only one person. Once I do that, I just went ahead and tied my hair up because now we're about to get into the actual melt and melt this lace. And as you can see, guys, it actually looks pretty good before me even like really going into melt it. Today, I'm using my Fantasia Spritz to melt. Keep in mind, you guys, I'm not at the shop today. I am doing my hair from home. So I did bring a lot of my products home and I didn't bring like everything. But I am a mom, so I needed to be with my son today. And so, yeah, now we're doing the install at the house today. So this is why things are a little different. But nevertheless, we're still going to get this install melted and we still going to be slayed. Because that's just what I do. So still same method, spray that spritz or whatever melting spray that you are choosing to use onto your finger and gently tap it into the lace all across, okay? Once you've done that, you're going to go in with your blow dryer and blow dry that in and make sure it's dry or tacky before you put your melt band on. So now we're going to take our Wiggins hair melt band and then we're just going to put that right across the lace and tie that down and let it melt for about 10 to 15 minutes, okay? So you can either sit under a dryer or you can just kind of just sit there and just let it do its own thing. Now, while that's melting, I'm going to take my carrot hair wax stick and go in sections to hot comb my hair to get everything going in the direction I want it to go and to just get it as flat as possible. And to just get some shape going on, okay? Like, I need it to look like a bust down, okay? And I don't like no bulky looking bust down. We like to be bust down. So, yeah. I'm going to go just in between sections. Don't do like super, super small sections because we don't want it to be too flat. We want it to be flat, of course, but not too flat, not extremely flat where, you know, it just looks crazy. So the amount of sections that I'm doing, you should only do about 4 to 5 sections, 5 at the most. So Yeah, and that's on each side. So it don't have to be super, super small because you don't want it to be weighed down or anything like that. And no, you guys, I don't have a ghost in my house. That is my son interrupting me, of course, coming in and out of the room. So that's just what's going on. So once we do that side and get everything flat, of course, we're just going to do the same exact thing on the other side and get that side just as flat and laid down like we did on the other side. And what I love about Wiggins is that the wig comes pre-parted, because when it comes to me doing the middle part, for it to be so simple, getting my part straight in the middle is like one of the hardest things to do. Like, I know I cannot be the only one. Like, I don't know why. It's just so challenging to get my part directly in the middle. So I really appreciate you, Wiggins, for going ahead and putting that part in the middle of the wig. So that is something that I do not have to worry about, and it is already there. Okay, period. So I'm almost pretty much finished up with getting this side flat, and then, you know, don't forget to do the back part because you want to make sure the back is laid down and that is flat as possible as well. So yeah, sometimes I usually just like to hot comb in sections while my hair is melting for that first melt, because usually by the time I get done doing each side, the melt is pretty much over and I can now take my band off. And when I took my band off, this is what we were working with. Okay, period. Y'all see? It's giving scalp. It's giving melty. It's giving natural. It's giving everything I needed to give. Like, look at that. Very much melted. The lace is 10 out of 10. As always. Like, do you see that? Do you see that? Period. So now this is even a little bit up close and more natural, like, so you can see the raw and unedited footage. But yeah, that's what we're looking like up close. Now we're going to do our second melt. I did go ahead and part the baby hairs off camera because my camera did in fact die while I was recording. So I do apologize for that. But I do 2 melts. So once I get my baby hairs parted out, I go ahead and do a second melt. And you're going to do the same steps you did for the first one, which is after you tap all of your melting spray into the lace, you're going to go in and blow dry that again until it is dry and tacky, because you do not want to put that band on while the spray is still wet, because when you take that band off, it's going to be white, it's going to be messed up, and you're going to ruin your entire install. And wigs cost too much. Our time is valuable for you to be making that kind of mistake when I am telling you exactly what to do. So once we've done the blow drying, now we're going to put on our melt band again. And then you're going to pretty much just sit there for like 10 to 15 minutes again like you did before, and just let that melt, okay? Because we're going to always melt more than once. After we take that melt band off, now we're going to comb those baby hairs out. And you can go through and like hot comb them if you'd like. But once you get them all combed out, then what we're pretty much going to do is take our razor to cut our baby hairs. And of course, we have our deep wave hair today, which is a curly type of situation. So I was thinking of going kind of dramatic with the baby hairs. Not necessarily like dramatic, but a little swirl here and there, you know. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to cut in the direction of whatever way my baby hair is going to go. And yeah, always remember to leave your baby hairs slightly long. Not super long, but just slightly long. Enough room to where you can play with them if you want to cut some off after you've done them. Because once you cut them too short, there's no coming back from that. You can't go in and fix it and that type of stuff unless you add more hair out, which is going to look super crazy. And you don't want to throw your whole look off by adding extra hair and hairline is starting too far back. Like, no. So just you know, be careful when you're doing these little small, simple steps, because you want to make it to where you can be able to go back and fix it in the end, if even needed. But yeah. So that's basically all I'm doing. I'm doing a little swirl here and there because we have our curly hair. So yeah, once I've done that, then of course, you know, I'm going to take my pencil flat irons, and then I'm going to curl them under, or basically whatever direction it is that I need them to go in. And yes, I always curl my baby hairs under. Sometimes I may curl them upward, but it's very rare when I do that. Very, very rare. I just feel like I have more control when they are curled under and they just kind of lay down and go in the direction I need them to go in when they're curled under. So you guys, today I'm using my foam. I know in the last couple of videos I used the bedhead hairspray or freeze spray, whatever it's called, but today I'm using my Lotta Body foam. Okay, so I love it because I just have so much control. I can keep playing with it and keep swooping until I get the exact look I want because it's foam, you know? And yeah, you have full control over it. Now, it is a concentrating task to do, but with practice and if you've done it for a while, it's pretty easy to do. And y'all, excuse my son. Like, just pretend that you don't see him, okay? Thanks. So, yeah. Just going to keep swerving, swooping. And when you're doing it with the foam, please remember, it does not have to be perfect, because whenever I use the foam, once it is molded and dry, you can always comb them out and they can be fluffy. Or you can take that melting spray or foam, or not foam, sorry, the freeze spray, spritz, bed head spray, whatever you want to spray, and use that to shape it the way you want to now that it's already molded. And do y'all just see the lace? Like, y'all saw that. So once we got our baby hairs done on both sides, then you want to take a silk scarf and you just want to tie that down. And then you're going to let that dry for about usually 15 to 20 minutes is how long I usually let it dry. So this is how I pretty much look after it's dry. And I was going for the fluffy and soft baby hair look today, so I'm just going to take my comb and comb those out so they can be super soft. I don't want them like stuck down to my head and looking crazy. So yeah, this is what I mean by when you use foam, you can like play around with them and get them to look literally however you want to look. So you can have a laid down sleek look, or you can have a soft, natural, fluffy type of look. Whatever it is that you're going for, you can do whatever when using foam. So that is why I always say, don't focus on trying to make it perfect when actually doing it with the foam, because you don't want to be trying to do it for too long and then your lace ends up coming up. It is best to use the it is best to use the foam with no alcohol, because that makes it a lot easier. But yeah, just try not to be too slow, but also don't rush at the same time. So yeah, I'm just combing them out, getting them super, super fluffy, getting them super, super soft, and I'm already loving it. Because yeah, fluffy and soft baby hairs are going to do me good every time. That's just the look. That's just my vibe. That's just me. It screams me all day, every day. Gonna do it all the time. Look how this baby hair just goes back into how I want it to go. Like, look at that. Like, I'm telling you, I have full control. Literally. It does whatever I comb it to do. So now we're going to take our other side and just comb that out and do the same exact thing. I did feel like that middle baby hair was a little bit too long to my liking. But guess what I have the opportunity and the option to do? I can just cut that off. I can make it shorter. I also feel like it's kind of a little too thick as well. So guess what else I can do? I can just go in with my tweezers and tweeze some of the hair out. It's literally that simple, you guys. Like, literally. And that is why I like to do the soft and fluffy baby hairs, because it just gives me room to be able to do all of that without such a hassle. So I just went in, I took my baby scissors and just cut that a little bit shorter, because yeah, it was giving too much. I like extra baby hairs, but not too extra, you know, like let's tone it down a little bit. Then I'm going in with my tweezers. I'm taking some of that out because, like I said, it is just a little bit too thick to my liking. So if you ever do your baby hairs and in the end, once you're done doing them, you're like, oh no, these are just a little bit too big. I can't do all this. All you gotta do is just go in with your tweezers and just tweeze some of that hair out. and it'll come out the exact way you want it to. Like, what? So yeah, now I'm just gonna give y'all a super close up look on what the edges are like. So for all my girlies who are natural baby hair fans, yes, this is how you get that. If you've been wanting to know, how do I get that look, how do I get that soft baby hair look, this is what you do, literally. Okay, I like the soft baby hairs because it doesn't have to look perfect. It looks more just natural, okay? And even though I know my baby hairs aren't natural as far as like all of my swoop-de-doop-de-doops that I have going on, but the look and the state that I have it in as far as being fluff and softy, that is what I mean by natural. So even if you don't want the swirls and you just want to do regular, normal, basic baby hairs, you can do that and still get the same soft and fluffy look doing the method that I just showed you and what to do. And you can play around with it as much as you'd like. So once we've got our baby hairs all fluffed out, now you want to take you a spray bottle or whatever type of product that you see best or that you've been using, and saturate the hair really good. Okay, right here I'm literally just using some water and conditioner to saturate my hair and just get it all wet. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I'm not really a biggest fan of the drenched hair. I don't like to look like a mop. I'm more on the puffy, fluffy side when it comes to my hair. So you're going to see how I'm going to like get that look back once I get done saturating my hair completely. I do still saturate it. I then go in with like a brush and just make sure that every single strand is saturated and that it is wet. Every piece of hair is, you know, doing what it needs to do. So once I get the hair saturated, I like to go in with my Mizani Smoothing Guard Serum, okay? To just get the hair to get a little shine going, okay? I don't like for my hair to look dry. I don't want your hair to look dry. So make sure you put some type of serum. If you're not able to find this one or get this one, any type of serum is fine. That is what keep that shine in that hair after you wet it. And, you know, just really lock in that moisture. So that's the step I do. Then we're going to take our blow dryer, but we're not going to use the regular attachment. We're going to switch to our diffuser attachment. And this is how we're going to get that hair to be fluffy and just doing what it needs to do. Okay, we don't want I hate for my curly hair to just be like flat. I like a little volume within the hair. So that is what the diffuser does, is without getting it to be like extra puffy looking and all crazy, it just really creates a lot of volume and gets the hair to looking like how it's supposed to look. So, and you basically just keep doing that until you get it to come out the exact way you want it to do. So sometimes this could take a little while, okay? And yeah, this is by the time I stopped. I know that it's going to also naturally dry on its own the way, you know, it's going to do. But yeah, like, I love it. I love it. You can wear this style or this hair in so many different ways. You can do a flip over. You can do your middle part like we have here. We can do a side part, a half up, half down. It's so many different styles. You can do like 2 braids, twist in the front, all of the above, like never ending. But when I say I love this wig, I love this wig. Wiggins never disappoints. Yes, I'm going to drop all the details below in the description box. So make sure you get this wig ASAP, 10 out of 10, always, every time. And I will see you guys in the next video.